Nice Guys Finish First is the 9th episode of the 6th season of Full House. This is directed by Joel Zwick, and as always there will be spoilers from now as I go through the episode and share some thoughts. There are some good moments, but in general I just don't really care for this one. It doesn't really appeal to me. It's not bad, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just not that interesting. We have a sweet introduction. Michelle is wearing DJ's sweater. DJ initially blames Stephanie, but Michelle is wearing it. It's very cute. Not a bad way to start things off. We have a couple of small subplots, none of which are that interesting. DJ is wanting to practice her driving still. I like the fact that they're keeping that up. That is not just something they mentioned once in one episode and then we never hear of it again. I like the fact that we have a bit of continuity there. And Michelle is having concerns about this goat boy, but it's just a person in a costume, and it's fine. It's not that interesting, but it provides adequate padding for the main narrative. The main narrative focuses on the fact that Jesse and Joey, who still have their radio show, have a guest on called Stonewall Binkley, played by Dan Moriarty, and it turns out that he and Joey used to be rivals at hockey, and he says some unkind things to Joey and it really upsets him. So the family decide to cheer Joey up by taking him ice skating. They're just going to go and have a nice family day out on the ice, and pretty much the rest of the episode is on the ice. And initially it was a nice change of location. It worked really well. Jesse is not very confident or good at ice skating, which gives us a little bit of physical comedy, some really great facial expressions. And then it turns out that Binkley is there. He sees Joey, and Joey finally agrees to a rematch, and that's the bulk of the rest of the episode. And I don't care. I don't care about ice hockey in the slightest. It did not interest me. There's nothing wrong with it. It works well, and we have some nice messages. The messages, of course, are baked right into the title of the episode. So there's nothing wrong with it, but I didn't really enjoy it. I don't really care for anything in this, or very little anyway. Kimmy was in it very briefly. She's babysitting the twins and asked Becky for double the money since it's double the babies, and Becky agreed if Kimmy paid for her own food or brought her own food, and Kimmy realised she's going to eat more than is worth the money. So a nice involvement of Kimmy there. It's not a bad episode. There's nothing wrong with it. It works well. The messages are good. It's nice to see the family pulling together for Joey as they always do. But personally, I don't get a lot out of it. That being said, if I were to be binge watching this season, I wouldn't skip it. I definitely wouldn't skip it, but I would never choose it. If I'm in the mood for a random episode, then Nice Guys Finish First is probably not one I'd ever go for, but at the end of the day, it's not a bad episode. It just definitely isn't a personal favourite.